The message from the ICLEI Congress, which carries on to Rio+20, is that 20 years after the first Earth Summit, we finally have a summit with a text that includes cities. Now, if you look into the text, you see it says cities are important, cities are stakeholders, and I have the feeling that for that to happen after 20 years is too little, too late. And my conclusion is, from the activity and the intense dynamics of this whole meeting, the dynamics are not in the room with the negotiators. The dynamics are with all the major groups. One of the most important, of course, are ourselves, the local governments. And I think what is needed in the next few years is we have to create new strategies and new tactics, principally to stop trying to knock on the door and get into the room. Outside the room, because if you put everyone else outside the room together, you get the whole world. And if we all join forces, it sounds ridiculous, but I think it's actually possible. I've been talking to the Youth Forum, I've been talking to the Women's Forum, and I've been talking to the NGOs, and there is a tremendous potential for cooperating. The other thing that I take with me from the ICLEI Congress, combining with this, is the conclusion we reached in ICLEI that we must work more on rejoining the three dimensions of climate change. We mustn't separate climate change from biodiversity. We can't say either we're going to fight climate change or we're going to protect biodiversity or prevent a desert spreading into our city. We have to see it as one thing, and we have to work in our cities in a combined strategy. And the project that we have launched now at the ICLEI Congress, the Urbis initiative, provides a wonderful platform to do this. It will be presented here in Rio, and I think we've seen a lot of cities signing up for it. It also provides a bridge between local and national governments, which is one of the things that, of course, we need very much. The impression is there is good potential in the recognition of the importance of cities and local governments and civil society, which is very important for us in our cities. I would say that we need to be very aggressive in making sure that is implemented, because one of the problems with these texts is they often remain a text and then everyone goes home, and we can't wait another 20 years. It took us 20 years to get into the text. How long will it take before the messages of that text can actually be implemented? And now it's going to be our job. The strength of ICLEI is that it brings all of us local governments together, and we create a formidable force in the field, and I think that is felt here in Rio as well. People are talking about mayors and leaders of local governments. Our global town hall is very active and very prosperous, and I think our message is clear and loud, and we have nothing to be ashamed of, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. The most important thing is not to become pessimistic. I think one of the problems is there is a certain message of gloom and doom coming from the environmental camp. And when we say too little, too late, and the trends are negative, and we're all, every 10 minutes another species is dying, I think that's not the way to get everyone on board. We have to think of the positive, we have to think of the potential, and we have to create positive energies and synergies between the different forces in the field. I personally intend to work very, very hard on this, because I believe we have a possibility to succeed. We just have to work hard.